Hey everybody, Trombonus here, and welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 4. AD 2000X, which already kinda happened. Household robots rock and roll were created by master robot designer Dr. Light, and were enjoying their peaceful days. Then, one day, the industrial robots all over the world went on a rampage, and the world went into total chaos. Dr. Light quickly realized that mad scientist Dr. Wily was behind the nefarious deed, but he didn't know what to do. Rock, having a strong sense of justice, volunteered to be converted into a fighting robot. Thus, the super robot Mega Man was born. Wake up, Mega Man. You can do it. We're counting on you. Open your eyes. Yay. Mega Man shattered Dr. Wily's plans 3 times, and world peace has been maintained so far, but history repeats itself. Dr. Cossack, a mysterious scientist, has invented 8 powerful robots and sent them after Mega Man. Mega Man starts for the battle again, this time equipped with the powerful new Mega Buster. Look at Mega Man riding on top of trains like a badass. Okay, welcome to Mega Man 4 once again. Now we have the usual selection of 8 robot masters: Ringman, Diveman, Skullman, Brightman, Dustman, Drillman, Toadman, and Pharaoh Man. I'm going to take it in a different order than I normally do. I'm just going to go from the recommended starting point and just progress through the robot masters normally. Normally I'd start with Diveman so I can get Rush Jet quicker, but today I'm going to start with Toadman. Toadman, a giant dumpy frog robot. The most terrifying kind of them all. Okay, so Mega Man has the usual moves. He can jump, he can shoot, he can now charge his weapon, which was new for Mega Man 4. The rain in this stage will push you backwards. That's not me doing that, that is the rain. You can slide by pressing down in the jump button, which can be rather annoying when you want to jump and Mega Man decides he's going to slide instead, which happens fairly often, especially when it's at the worst possible time. Okay, so this first section, luckily, is not too bad. Always try and inch yourself over to the edge of these platforms, because even though it looks like you can make that jump, the wind and the rain will push you back, and it makes them a lot harder to make than they normally would. These enemies aren't too tough. The birds, obviously they'll swoop in and the little birds will fly towards your position. So try and shoot them out of the sky before that happens. This section, obviously we're out of the rain, but now we're getting pulled by the current. And of course, where else would a toad robot master be but the sewer? And yes, those holes, if you let those streams drag you along, those are bottomless pits, so don't do it. Just don't. Say no, because you will die. It's amazing how many bottomless pits are in this game series. It's like, is the world full of that many holes? Really? But I guess so. People have been drilling too much, I guess. Digging them holes. Alright, so coming up here we have yet another snail bus. You've already seen one of those before. We got another one. This one's made quite a bit more complicated because of the stream. I just keep jumping just to stay out of the stream. If you're standing like directly under the stream, you won't be able to jump far, so try to stay away from the middle of there. And just make sure you don't fall off the side. It's not too terribly tough. And we're in the home stretch. Now we just have this little pool of water where these robot fish will jump out and try to knock you into that bed of spikes. There's one coming up here, so be prepared for it. And there's another one, and that's the last of it. Alright, and we're at the Robot Master already. Toadman, here we go. Now Toadman has the distinction, possibly, arguably, of being the easiest Robot Master to defeat in the history of Mega Man. And the reason why is quite simple. It's because of this. Literally, he will stay in one spot and never move if you time it right. Basically, wait until his arms, he starts raising his arms and wiggling his hips, which is his way of telling you he's getting ready to start his rain flush attack, which covers the entire screen and does quite a bit of damage. If you shoot him too fast or too often, he'll jump at you, and I just took damage from Toadman. That's terrible, but I wanted to point it out. But if you just sit there and wait for him to raise his hands and shoot, he will never move, and he's just an easy target, like shooting ducks in a barrel. Okay, and now that Toadman's down, we get a couple of things. First of all, we get his weapon, the Rain Flush. We turn into Green Mega Man, and also our canine companion Rush gets an upgrade, the Rush Marine upgrade, which we will probably not use very often at all. It's kind of useless. You have to be in a water area, and yeah, it's just not that great. And so now what I would consider arguably the hardest Robot Master in the game just happens to be weak to the easiest Robot Master's weapon, and that's Brightman. We're gonna go ahead, and he's just a dumpy orange robot with a light bulb on his head, and that's Brightman. You wouldn't think he'd be too terribly tough, but he can be a pain in the butt. But I have a couple strategies from, and my Robot Master strategies, I have to just just give a shout out to Roa Mithril. He's my hero. I'll be honest with you. He does these amazing perfect runs of Mega Man stages where he takes no damage, doesn't even charge up, just uses a simple Mega Buster, goes through the entire stage and takes no damage. So my strategy, I actually learned the strategy for Toadman from Roa Mithril, and I learned a little strategy about Brightman from Roam, so I got hit. Okay, so this thing has two attacks. You just saw he'll launch these red balls at you in an arc, or he'll shoot a pellet at you straight forward. Not too terribly tough. These guys are invincible for the most part when they're hanging. As you can see, my shots bounce off. If you hit it literally at the very top part, you see that little springy thing that it's hanging from, you can knock it down, but you can't kill it outright. Now down here is a little secret. If you catch the, I don't know why Mega Man grabbed that ladder again, but whatever. Yeah, if you see that little ladder, now you know it's here. We cross over these platforms. The green ones won't drop, but if you stay on the red ones for too long, they will fall. Now, I'm going to ride it back over here. And I'm going to equip the Rush Coil because this is a difficult jump to make. See, normally I would have Rush Jet here, and I'd use Rush Jet to get over here. But you can get over here using Rush Coil. It's not a big deal. Although Rush Coil can be fairly finicky in where he wants to land. Sometimes you think you'll have plenty of room, and he'll just pass right through the floor like you saw just a second ago. And he's like, nope, nope, Mega Man, I don't want to go that way. And these grasshoppers can be a bit of a pain too. Sometimes they'll take large hops like this, or sometimes they'll take small hops. Oh god, what happened there? Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but it happened, and you all got to see it. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Alright, you can grab that weapon energy if you want. I don't really see the necessity for it, unless you... Well, unless you're kind of like me, I like to have all my weapon energy charged, even though I know I'm never going to use it for the rest of the stage. Like as in Rush Coil's case, I know I'm not going to use Rush Coil again, but sometimes I just like to have everything full. And I'll waste a Rush Coil just to get that one weapon energy, but I usually just skip it. But it's there if you need it. I like to take that guy out because he's in such a position that it's easy to jump into him and fall down into that last endless pit, which sucks because you're literally right at the boss. I can't tell you how many times I've done that in the past. And here's Brightman now. The trick to Brightman, what you want to do is hit him once with the Mega Buster. Just take 1 damage away from his life. Then switch to the Rain Flush. What this does is it eliminates one of his main attack, basically, which is the Bright Stopper, which freezes you in place. So by doing this, all you have to worry about is him jumping into you and shooting you. Makes this fight a lot easier. Because if he freezes you, I guarantee you he will jump and he will hit you, and you will be mad because you just took a whole bunch of damage and you could do absolutely nothing about it. So Brightman's defeated and we get the Flash Stopper, which I literally just described to you, and even though Brightman is orange, it makes Mega Man turn purple. Makes sense. Anyway, that's it for this episode of Mega Man 4. Next time, we'll continue to take out these Robot Masters that Dr. Cossack made. Alright, see you next time.